CIREG is the international reference center for the life cycle of product, processes and services. We are an interdisciplinary research group based halfway between Polytechnique Montreal and UQAM School of Management. We're based in Montreal, Canada, and we are a research-driven organization that combines the expertise from environmental engineering, economics and social sciences to solve real industrial sustainability challenges. Shaping and implementing sustainability metrics is at the heart of what we do, whether it's with life cycle assessment, circular economy, corporate social responsibility, or planetary boundaries. We lead cutting-edge research projects, we develop tools, we offer professional guidance to our industrial partners, all the while maintaining ourselves grounded in academic rigor. LVMH has been an industrial partner of CIREG's International Lifecycle Chair for almost 10 years now.
Lifecycle assessment evaluates the potential environmental impacts of a product or service all along its life cycle. Basically, what we do is model the technosphere and its exchanges, whether inputs or outputs, with the ecosphere or environment. From extraction of natural resources to production, distribution, use, and end of life. It's like a carbon footprint, but we look at more than just the greenhouse gases. A life cycle assessment also considers ecosystem quality or biodiversity, resource use, and human health, that way to provide a more complete environmental profile of the object in question.
Our collaboration with the lighting team started in 2014, when we were commissioned to conduct a life cycle assessment of the high-performance LED lighting modules that LVMH had begun to install in their boutiques worldwide. We provided a list of recommendations to LVMH, for example, to reduce energy consumption during the use phase, and other design tactics such as design with less material or design for recycled material. We also gave larger-scale recommendations, such as to drive sectoral efforts. The Lighting for Good charter that LVMH is creating now, in collaboration with its suppliers, aims to do just this.
The Lighting for Good charter was co-created with more than 25 suppliers of LVMH lighting, with the aim of defining design criteria for lighting modules that would reduce their impacts on the environment and increase health and well-being. LVMH commissioned the CIREG this time to help quantify their 7 design criteria and weigh them on a scorecard to evaluate the sustainability performance of the different modules.
We're always happy to see the sustainability initiatives of our industrial partners put forward, such as the Lighting for Good charter at LVMH. It's an exciting step forward in the field of lighting and for the sustainable design of boutique experiences, and we can't wait to see to what new projects and initiatives the Lighting for Good charter will lead.
Sustainable design is making sure that all the parts of the products that we produce, not only have we thought about where the materials come from, but how we can reuse those materials and recycle those materials.
On the other hand, we want to reduce the impact on the environment. So energy saving, we're looking always to be at the top of this and provide energy saving luminaires. In terms of the design and service, we try to have as much as possible a modular product. It means that you can always disassemble or disconnect the LED module from the driver, from the fixture, without any tools. This is a key factor that we look into our products, is modularity.
With this concept, modularization design is our priority in order to reduce materials and fulfill different type of system or application requirement. We really have to use recycled materials as much as possible in order to minimize the negative impact on the environment, and at the same time try to maximize and improve what this technology could bring to our planet and to our everyday lives.
We as a manufacturer are looking on both the materials we're using, but also the processes which we use to build our products. So that means that we will need to look into how to reduce the footprint that we have on the environment when we're doing our designs.
For a design has also to be to be accepted from a market. Otherwise, there is no impact. Otherwise, a design stays as a top-level concept, but this positive impact is giving more than what we take is not is really meaningless. So it has to be sustainable also from the industrial point of view, thinking of an industrial company, in a way that it can be put on the market at the price that the market can accept for the benefit that we give, and that of course make it rentable for the company to sell it and to promote it and to have it successful.
The main way we did is to reducing the size of the product. In reducing the size of the product, you limited the quantity of materials, or you limited the quantity of material to be recycled at the end. But that also have a different impact. The first one is to be more, innovating in the heat dissipation, because heat dissipation is very important on LED products, obviously, and that means it's if you have less and less material, you have less and less, aluminum, for example. You need to be more precise in how the heat dissipation is managed.
So we're not just thinking about the light source itself. We're thinking about all the aspects of it, about the fixture, about the materials that we use. That's been quite important. So that's become now more important to analyze everything that we do. From the simple aspect of a connector block, we're going to make that out of porcelain rather than plastic. We're going to start to do simple things like that and see if they can make it easier for recycling element.
It pushes for sure. You question every decision you make if you want to do it in the proper way. Thinking, for example, is this part really needed? Are we making the correct material selection? Aluminum, or will we go, for example, to a plastic injection? The pros and the cons. Can we do it in a smarter way? Is it really needed, this part, for example? Also, it triggers the exploration of new materials, because there is a lot of things going on in that field. Instead of starting from pure, for example, plastic injected materials, let's start from a blend which is based on the X percentage of recycled material. What is the pros and the cons, of course? What are the risks that we are taking?
There is room for improvement in everything, in all the details. In my mind, I see two big categories of improvement. One, it is on the product itself, in our case, on the lighting product. So everything about the lighting fixture can be improved in a more sustainable way. Efficiency, materials, weight, everything that has an impact. And the paradox is that eventually even more, everything that is around the product that in the past was not considered peculiar. I'm thinking of one very simple thing that is everywhere, packaging, that until recent year was considered like an optional, something that has to just cost the less possible thing. And of course, the result is that we have the ocean full of packaging. We have packaging of anything lost everywhere.
At the moment, we feel that there is a business plan there. We need to properly think through that proposal. For us, it's an element of making sure that the partners that we work with can have the ability to have products that last that long. The idea also would be that, if we supply fixtures into the market, into a given shop, then over time, we can also have the ability to change over, replace, refurbish and send back. I think that is a very kind of exciting idea, but it takes things in a different way from just being a manufacturer to actually adding a service to it. So that has to be thought through, but that is definitely an idea that we are looking at very closely.
We need to combine both the drivers and the luminaire manufacturers and the end customer and the gates in all of these steps to make room everybody to have some benefit of this. And I'm pretty sure that we both will have economic benefit, but also will have some environmental better solution than we have today. But just now the focus is very much on cost, and that we say drives the market. But working across the borders for sure will help us bring better solutions and more environmental friendly solutions to the field.
I think that it will help us to have a wider portfolio of customers. I know that offering fixtures that have a longer lifetime means potentially that we will sell less fixtures. But I think that it will help us to gain many more customers. So at the bottom line, we have the potential to sell more better fixtures.
You could envisage that some people rather have a different relationship with the supplier, in which the maintenance and the update of fixtures is also taken into account. For example, one could think of an installment of a more refined and more eco-friendly and more efficient luminaire on site, in which you also go ahead in a maintenance relationship with your clients. Maintenance on failure, but also maintenance from an efficiency point of view.
At the moment, early analysis would suggest it's not that much more expensive, which is a good thing. I think at the moment, because we've only practiced on the elements of producing literally a handful, it's we haven't scaled that up. I think when we scale that up, we'll see there will be increases, but I don't think there's going to be, horrendous. I think that's a good thing. So, but we're very kind of conscious that we need to now we've created this product, we need to create the market to be able to, provide that on lots of Masons, hopefully, projects.
We can design something cheaper, something with less material, something with better materials. Just to think of a very simple example, the idea of switching from every component goes in a box with some plastic foam or with something to keep it, to multiple packaging could have actually a cost reduction if the design is designed in a smart way. This to say, in the not super short term, but with a mid-term perspective, a sustainable design can have a very, very similar cost to the current less sustainable design trend that we are trying to change, that we want to change. At the end of the day, even the, let's say, more expensive components I was mentioning a moment ago are more expensive. Why? Because they are less needed. It is just the very basic market law and economic basic. In the moment that this trend will grow more and more,
Poma Lighting, we believe that to design a good product and a bad product cost the same. We don't think that it will have a significant, if any, effect on the cost of a fixture. From the exercise that we did so far, we don't see an additional cost.
An eco-friendly fitting is more expensive to design at the moment, but in long term, obviously, the real cost is a lot less. So we need to think of this globally and think of designing for the future, for the real cost of the materials that we use. And so ultimately, no, it's a cost-saving exercise, but not in the short term.